of summer go
Hi,
walking by.
this is Steve Orr of St. Orr Healing Arts, and this is my little mini lecture talk on my gay bashing. I was queer bashed, fag bashed in 1994 in New York City by 3 Latin teenagers near Washington Irving High School. And it was bad. It was very violent. I was hurt. I was beat up. It was like a rape. And I was on my bike, and they called me a fag, and I said, "Fuck you." After the police station thing was done, I went to the hospital and anyway, he saw me, x-rayed my wrist, and it wasn't broken, and thank God, and I went home. I recovered. Interestingly, though, I always pride myself on being a healer and being able to heal myself. Well, I thought I could just go home and handle this. I just thought I could heal from this myself. I just process it, no problem. I'm going to process this, and I'll be over it the next day. Well, strangely enough, that morning I had a vision of a very, very evil, it was like a reptilian evil mask. And it looked like a demon. I called it the concrete demon of street violence. It actually arose in my subconscious mind, and I woke up seeing this thing in my mind's eye, and I knew that I needed to get some help. Otherwise, the demon was going to control me, and I was going to go out and buy a gun and proceed to do this vengeance kind of thing. This was complicated after this vision, but whenever I would ride my bike, I'd see a young ethnic teenager, it seemed that there was, they were playing with me. They were fucking with me. They wanted to, egg me on, and boy, I was right there with the anger. Anyway, cut to about 6 months of therapy. I got therapy from this, he was gay, and he worked for Witness Aid, and medical bills were paid by the Anti-Violence Project, and it was just a real turn my world upside down deal, though, because all my lovers in the 80s and the early 90s had been Latin men. I mean, I love Latins. I mean, they're sexy as hell. And all of a sudden, it was like, this was a watermark in my life. This was like the world turned upside down. The world becomes a very unfriendly place. I mean, complete loss of innocence. Wanting to buy a gun, carry it around, and wreak vengeance on ethnic people is not a good thing. And through talking it out, I think there was a mediocre, is that the right word, of healing that went on. And I began to process the anger, and I began to see that the poison of the demon had to stop with me. It was in me. I had to radically accept that it was there and accept what I had gone through, and then find a way to transcend. I don't know what else to say. Transcend this, to try and understand it, and try and understand it to the point where I could find in my heart some kind of forgiveness for these Latin teenagers, and forgiveness for myself for the rage that I felt, and solidifying the knowledge that to buy a gun and to continue on the violence that had been wreaked upon me was only going to land me in prison. And I managed to stop the poison, but I try to be aware of my of my triggers as a strong gay man, and as a gay man who is, as a queer, I hate the word gay, as a queer man who's survived AIDS too, which is that's another lecture right there. I mean, talk about the Holocaust, talk about the slave Holocaust. Let's talk about the gay Holocaust. I mean, you wake up one day and you can die from fucking. I mean, it was so much fun to be fucking, and all of a sudden you could die from fucking. I mean, that. Again, radical acceptance. Safe sex. Boom. Anyway, what I was saying was that exactly 10 years to the day after that happened, I was coming out of a gym called Synergy. And I actually wrote a short story about this, which I won't read now, but that it was a victory that 10 years to the day, on the same street, no less, 2 blocks east from where this happened to me, I was teaching in a small gym, and who enjoyed my knowledge. I had become certified in Pilates in 2003, actually. And in 2004, I was teaching, and I considered that a real victory, because it dawned on me in August, which was the dog days of August, was when I was attacked. 1994, Dinkins was mayor. Things were really rough. And 2004, exactly 10 years later, I was helping people strengthen their core, helping them to improve the quality of their life. I had somehow surpassed a very dark period in my life, and I felt that was a victory for me. So that's basically what I wanted to share. I sort of changed the urge to violence into an urge to help make other people stronger, and to assist them in being stronger, because it ties into my core as a physical being, both metaphysically and psychologically. And your core is your center, and if you have that in your power, in your control, it's limitless what you can do. And I survived. I went through the darkness of the demon and went into the light, and not in terms of dying, but in terms of discovering a strength in myself. And that's basically what I wanted to share. So that was my gay bashing incident.
The